This is Mike with the 21 Report behind the scenes in Orlando, Florida for the 21 Convention 2017 10-year anniversary event. I'm sitting alongside Eric von Sydow. Eric, welcome to the show.
I appreciate it, thank you.
It's great having you here, Eric. So I've got a bunch of questions that I'd like to go into, but before we do that, I was wondering if you could give us a brief overview of your talk and why you wanted to talk about it.
Well, I consider myself more like a men's lifestyle specialist, and I concentrate on confidence, alternative relationships. That means more than one woman at a time, really manning up, more of the masculine, and sexuality. So I kind of took all those and blended them together into a speech that I think the guys could utilize. And I watched the guys when I was here, and I just wanted to really I call it pinging, to see where they're at, what do they need. And to me, it was just, they just need a little bit of that reinforcement that now's the time, go out there and get it and step into it, because obviously with the events that happened today in Vegas, life's short.
Yeah.
And to really understand that you get and you're here for a reason, and if you're not gonna live it, then you're doing yourself, and I'd say the creator, or however you wanna say that, a disservice.
So you mentioned the word confidence. That gets, thrown around a lot. What are the key elements to becoming confident?
I think the main element to confidence is believing that what you decide in your mind, what you say you're going to do, you do it. So it's the confidence in knowing that you can do whatever it is that you say you're going to do or do. And the more you do it, the more consistent it comes, and the greater strength you have in your own abilities to do whatever it is you want to do or create. And that goes in anything: business, dating, making money, creativity.
So how did you first get involved in this whole community and lifestyle, making men's lives better?
Well, the community, they got integrated with us.
Okay.
So we were actually, myself and about 5 of the guys were the original guys that got together, that really started talking about this in a group, brainstorming, figuring out what was working. We were committed to the cause of getting better with women, learning about confidence. And from there, David D'Angelo, or Evan Pagan, master marketer, said, I have an idea. Let's bring this to a bigger table. Started doing his Double Your Dating seminars. And then from there, went on a couple years, more and more people started getting interested. Then the book, The Game, came out. And so the community started to form more and more and more. And now we're probably on the second generation of this community, and it's just expanding from there.
So what was the main reason why you initially started that kind of meetup group of guys?
To get better with women.
Yeah,
we all had the same thing. We all were pretty shitty with women. And there was nothing, at that point in time, it was like the internet was brand new. There was nothing out there that really said, here's how you get better with women. I personally didn't have anyone in my life that I could look at and go, that guy was amazing with women. There was nobody.
Yeah.
So I went on a journey to find those guys that I would consider, that's the model, that's the archetype that fits me, that I want to be, so that I can be like, this is who I feel like I am with my masculinity, with the lifestyle that I want to live. And from there, like I said, it was slim pickings, but over the course of now 25 years, I synthesized enough different men that I've seen that I now completely have my own basis of who I am, and now it's all about spreading it and sharing it. And I've been doing that for almost 20 something years, but really understanding it for the last 10 years.
So in your speech, you mentioned something about saving Western civilization and saving masculinity. What, in your opinion, is the biggest threat to masculinity?
I think the biggest threat to masculinity is the fear of the masculine, but also the feminine side of it, that the extreme, I call them feminazis. The feminazis not really understanding how men have already supported them along the way in Western civilization. I mean, we're one of the only civilizations that really support women's rights on this. And so what are you protesting? Like, men, strong men, they don't give a shit. If you want to go out there and be whoever you want to be, you have your rights, you have everything. And so men need to be and come from a confident state where they're not angry. They just, like, it's a bigger spectrum that's opening up. You have every right to be who you want to be, who you want to be. The masculine men that are confident with who they are and what they are, they don't really care as long as you don't start treading on their way of being. Because a lot of feminists don't appreciate or even like what I do because I'm with multiple women. They say, oh, it's misogynistic, it's this, it's that. No, it's a choice. Like everyone, it's just a choice. Everyone has their own lifestyle that they want to create, and if everyone's upfront and honest, which I completely, that is a must in my reality, everyone's there. There are no victims. Everyone gets to do what they want to do. And in Western civilization, you have that right to do that as long as you don't hurt other people. And that's the main thing is, the masculine, they're starting to push a little bit. They're becoming a little bit more fascist. And, masculinity, true masculinity is not going to put up with it. It's going to be like, look, it's a form of repression. And so real masculinity doesn't get upset. It just becomes stronger and more solid and has a better philosophy so that truth really upholds itself, because truth and freedom and things like this are going to become stronger than anyone's philosophy who tries to repress or to shame or to blame.
So talk to me about mindset, the self-talk that goes on. If you had to kind of paint a picture inside your head what your self-talk is like, and what you want other men's self-talk and mindset to be like, what does that mindset look like?
Well, when I first started, the mindset was the continuation of the thought process or the inner workings of who I was very negative, very critical of myself. And so as time went on, I learned through NLP, hypnosis, that's why I'm good at the brain sciences, to change, to upgrade, to add new resources to my thinking process. And now, inside my mind, it's all about potential. Okay. And that's what I really want to inspire in other men, because when you get to the point when it's working, and that's what I was saying yesterday in my speech, like I'm at the point now where I'd rather go out with friends, help them in the conversation, even with a beautiful woman, help them get laid, because that's the abundance, because I've already lived that lifestyle. So if I can infuse that mindset into them where they see the abundance, where they have so much that they've satisfied that rareness that most men don't satisfy as far as the sexuality part, saying, okay, I got it, this is where my fine balance is, and then share it. If I can infuse that in their mindset so they have those experiences where they get to the point where they're completely fulfilled, then I've done good.
So Eric, this was your first time speaking at the 21 convention. I'd like to ask, how has your experience been so far?
I've done a lot of speaking everywhere. I was a professional hypnotist comedy for 3 years, so I know breakdown, I know setup, I know how it is to run seminars, and I've done it over the years. And this is one of the most professional setups that I've seen. Anthony was definitely on point. He had, the speakers taken care of. He had the attendants take care of. He was on point with his timing. It was smooth. It was a great experience, and the quality of speakers were great, and the quality of men that were there. That was, I think, the first thing that I said when I came on there is, looking at you guys are a higher grade of men that are here, which is nice to see, because a few years ago after the game came out, it was really loose, and the quality of men and the way that the philosophy was after the game got really twisted. And now it's coming back to these very solid teachers that have been around, worth their weight in gold. And now it's really starting to show, because they don't have to weed and work and sift their way through all these wannabes that used to be there. Now these are the key players. This is the best information you're going to get. So it's going to accelerate your learning. And so this conference has been great, and kudos to Anthony for doing a great job.
Yeah,
I mean, even this right here, you don't have that.
Yeah. I know Anthony's been very happy to have you here. So before we wrap this up, Eric, if people want to learn more about you, more about your work, your coaching, where's the best place they can go?
Depends on what level you come at. If you want a lot of my free information, I do it. It's called Ask Hypnotica on YouTube. If you just go to YouTube and put in Ask Hypnotica, you'll come upon my station, which is just Hypnotica. If you have questions you want to ask, I'm extremely busy. But if you have questions, I'll sift through them, and I usually give about 15, 20 minutes per question. Hammer it with I like to install a lot of humor. I think that's useful. So that's, if you're looking at just the free stuff of what I'm about, my personality, go to YouTube. If you're looking for more of the professional stuff, which I specialize in confidence and programming your mind for success, I do a lot of hypnosis, a lot of exercises to build your neurology up. That's hypnotica.org. And I would just say stick between those two. And Facebook, I have a great Facebook group called Hypnotica, the Master Circle. It's got 1,000 guys, high quality guys, very helpful if you have questions, or you're just a little lost, or you're just a badass dude and you want to help and extend yourself. It's a great group, so I'd say those three.
Awesome. So with that, you can watch Eric's talk first on 21university.com or by clicking the link underneath this video. Eric, thank you once again for taking the time to be here. This has been Mike with Eric von Sydow, signing off for the 21 Report.